Hello, everyone, and welcome to Teal Talk. I'm your host, Carrie Lynn Reynolds, and here with me today is Carolyn Vaudier. Carolyn, how are you?
I am good, Carrie. So glad to be back.
I'm so glad you decided to come back and join me. It's been so much fun having you here.
This has been fun.
Yes, so much fun. Can you believe it's August?
I cannot believe it's August.
But you know what August means?
No, what does it mean?
Back to school with our back to school savings episode.
I can't even get over that it's almost school time. And I myself do not have children going back to school. But for those of you that have kids going back to school, I can't even believe that for you guys.
Yeah, so I have one going back for senior year.
Senior year.
I know. So she's so excited. I'm excited for her. I just can't believe the summer has just flown by.
It really has. 1 minute I'm blinking and it's June, and the next minute I'm blinking and here we are in August.
I know. Where did July go?
I don't know.
Me either. With this episode, we're going to talk about some tips and tricks to kind of keep yourself on a back to school budget. First things first, see what you already have.
I know. I always end up having extra of things because my kids always needed this certain thing or these certain pencils or the certain pens. And then you end up getting all these things, and then by the time the end of the school year comes and you go to look through, you've got excess amounts, like putting the extra paper in the binder, and they got to have the certain color sticky notes or the
index cards. Yes. And not only seeing what you have for, school supplies already, seeing what you already have for clothes that can get you started.
Right. And even if you don't have a lot of those things already, it's super important to just itinerize some of the things that you already have. This way you don't overspend.
Absolutely. So make a list.
Love lists.
Oh my gosh. I'm a list person.
Me too.
I like the satisfaction of crossing it off. It makes me feel like I've accomplished something.
Me too.
But making a list so you don't overspend.
And that's a good way to make sure that you're not seeing the numbers slowly dwindle down your bank account.
Yes. I love that.
Gives me anxiety.
Yes. I know. Making that list and sticking to it. I know when we were, talking about some savings tips that we use, I know making a list was yours, and you were like, it's just like grocery shopping. If you don't make a list, you buy the whole store.
It really does. You walk in there and you don't have your list, and the next thing you know, you've got the entire grocery store in your cart.
Yes.
Because you didn't make the list of the items that you need. So then instead of spending we all know it's super expensive to buy groceries now, but instead of spending $200 on groceries, you get a $600 grocery cart.
Yes, with a lot of stuff that probably one, wasn't in your list that you left at home, or two, those impulse purchases.
Yeah.
Those candies, those cookies, things like that. Well, guess what? School shopping is the same thing. It's probably not on the list, but your kids are going to be like, Mom or Dad, I really need this. Maybe they want it, but they think they need it, But definitely making that list so you kind of can stay within your budget. But shop rewards programs.
Oh, I love the rewards programs. I used to do that with my children, especially as they got older, because Lord knows I'm not taking my daughter shopping without her.
Not without the rewards.
Nope.
No, I have the same issue with mine. So Retail Me Not is an app. It's a free app. And you can put the store that you are going to into this app, and it'll tell you what they have for deals, whether it's percentages off in store, online. No, I noticed when I was shopping at some outlets out of state with my daughter last month that every time I went into a store, I would pull it up, but it had a lot of the online deals, like free shipping, money off if you ordered online. So I was like, hey, just go try this on and take a picture of it, and then we'll just go home and order it.
Oh, that's such a great feature.
Yes. For those of you that order a lot of stuff online, Honey. So that's an extension of your web browser. And as you go to checkout, it will allow you to filter in different codes, and it does it automatically for you. So whether it's free shipping, money off, things like that. And like I said, it's a free extension that you download to your web browser. And I use it right on my phone.
I never even heard of that.
Yes.
I am taking advantage of that.
Yes. So my son taught me about it when he was looking for earbuds. He saved $20 or $30.
And those can get expensive.
Yes. So expensive. So again, outlet shopping. I just mentioned that I'd gone with my daughter last month.
I love outlets.
Yes. And they're right there. They're in a row. It's not like you have to get in and out of your car. They're just right there.
It's a fun day too. Outlets are so much more inexpensive, and you can go in, check out the deals, buy 3, get 1 free, things like that. So you end up getting a couple of the same shirts, but in different colors.
Yeah.
Same thing, buy a couple pairs of jeans, get 1 for free.
Yes.
So, you need jeans.
Absolutely. But like I said, buying in bulk is great.
It's such a great idea.
Yes. And even if you may not need that much, split it with your friend. Donate it back to the schools.
I know. And I used to have a previous coworker whose daughter was a teacher, and they always need items for their classroom. And I know not everybody can do the donation. Everybody's working on the budget like we're talking about. But you end up going and buying 7 packs of pencils, but you can donate 2 back to the classroom that your children are going into. It really helps them out.
No, it does. And my thought with that is, and I always tried to do a little bit. I couldn't do a ton, but I always would try to do a little bit. I know that my kid's going to eventually need something that I'm donating.
Right.
Along with some of her friends. Maybe they forgot their pencils. They lost them, things like that. We did have a great tip from one of our members, Sylvia. Sylvia said that she would have her kids do some research online for the particular item that they wanted to buy. Say if it was sneakers. Okay, what sneakers do you want? What's the best price you can get for them and where?
That is such a great idea, involving them in how to save money, how to make the list, how to research it, and then budgeting for it.
Absolutely. And with that, when you find the best deal, if you find the best deal online and you get to the store and it's a little more expensive in the store, they'll price match for you. I've had it done for me personally. I've seen the price match work where it was, cheaper online. And when I got to the store, it was about $30 more. So I showed them, hey, online, you guys have it for this price. And I got it for that price.
That's such a great idea.
Yeah. And it saved, like I said, it saved me $30, which $30 is $30.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Goes towards the gas that you're purchasing when you're traveling with your children.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. When we talk about, seeing what you have, take all those clothes and try to sell them. That way you have a little extra, maybe school clothes shopping money. Or check out the sales online as far as clothing swaps or online yard sales. They might not be new clothes, but they're going to be new for you.
I know. I'm a huge fan of that. I'm a big fan of the online yard selling.
Yes.
And, like you said, it's old for someone else, but it is new for you. And not everybody can afford to spend, on a brand new wardrobe for school.
Absolutely.
But taking advantage of, the secondhand option of clothing or shoes, because not everybody goes through their clothes and wears and tears them right down to the putting the holes in them, or the sneakers has got the sole and it's talking to you.
Right. Another thing too is if you have younger kids, now is a great time to start a savings account for them.
This is true. My girlfriend and her daughter had a little lemonade stand the other weekend, and she made like a whole $10. Then she took her to a little festival, and that $10 was burning a hole in her pocket. She had to explain to her that she could spend $5, but she had to keep the other $5. And boy, she spent every single dime of that $5.
I bet she did. I have one at home just like her. So now's a great time to get them started, their savings account. But what if you have kids on the other end of the school where they're getting ready to go to college this year? Make sure they have a checking and a savings account. Make sure they know how to access them online, especially if they're not staying at home and then just maybe commuting to college. I know a couple years ago, my best friend's son graduated, and him and another friend of ours, all 3 of the boys, all ended up at a college in Southern Maine. But I said to her, one of my friends before the boys left, I said, he knows how to use online banking, right? He knows that this is where the branch is down by him, or if he needs to send money home to go into, he knows how to do all that, right? And she goes, I don't know. So I happened to be over a week or 2 before he left, and I was like, hey, come here. I know you're going to school. And I gave him the whole rundown, you know how to transfer money, you know how to send money, you can go into another credit union to make sure that you can still access your money. And he goes, I never really gave it a thought. I figured you did it.
Which is so funny because I feel like this generation has all the knowledge on online banking and using the smartphones that they could probably teach us more.
Yeah, but and I was just like, but that you can do this and this and you can send it. I don't really know where he does his banking because I know he's out of our field of membership. I was like, that you can do shared branching. That you can send money from one account to another. This is if you want to set it up so you can send money to your mom, or your mom can send you money, because let's face it, that's what's going to happen.
Right.
That you know how to do all that stuff.
I need more oodles and noodles.
Right? Well, one day I don't remember what it was for. Maybe it was his birthday. His 18th birthday, he was at school. So we tried to DoorDash him some pizza, and it took 4 hours. And And then he had left, so he wasn't even there. So we had to call up another friend of his that goes to school where he was going and be like, hey, can you pick up my pizza for me? So the boys ended up, I think they left him one slice.
I can attest to that, except back in the day, won't date myself. We didn't have DoorDash.
Right? Yeah, we didn't have DoorDash.
No. So when we were in college, you lived off the delivery.
Yes.
Or you lived off the mac and cheese, and you lived off the ramen.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
You were thankful for a microwave.
Yes. Absolutely. That was a necessity in college, was a microwave. But you know what, Carolyn? Summer's not over yet.
I know, it is August. I know we are thinking of the back to school savings, but we still need to do some fun stuff for summer.
Yes.
Which can be done on a budget.
Yes. So pack your cooler with your own ice and then head out for the day. Whether you first check the chamber board or local bulletin boards for some, budget friendly activities, festivals, fairs, things like that. But hiking, state parks, beaches, things like that. It's fair season. A lot of these things can be done relatively inexpensive with a little bit of research to make sure that you're going on the right days. Especially like the fairs, you can get the bracelets to ride all the rides, or just paying the entrance fee to watch some of the events that they have going on. State parks have camping that are sometimes included in your entrance fee, which I think is fabulous.
I know, I love that. And they keep them so clean. Like when you go to the state parks, I just was at one a couple weekends ago. It was so nice. You literally walked in and there was nothing. Like they were so clean. It was a nice place to just sit and look and watch. You could have a nice picnic. Mm-hmm. It's just a great place to visit. So it's definitely worth taking a look into.
No, absolutely. Definitely get out and enjoy the last few weeks of summer before we hit the ground running, heading back to school. Well, Carolyn, this has been a fabulous episode of Teal Talk. Lots of great savings tips. So everybody, join us next month for the next edition of Teal Talk. If you have any topics that you want to hear about, or if you need help with your budgeting and credit, email info@newdimensionsfcu.com. And they can put you in touch with myself or Carolyn, and we can definitely help you with your budget, get your credit where it needs to be. So we will see everybody next month. Bye.